Hello Summoners, and welcome to another League Inspections. Today we're focusing on Nunu, the Yeti Rider, I think his name is. I don't even remember what his title is. I play Nunu as a jungler because Freak says every character should be played as a jungler. And I also like to play him as a bit of an AP jungler, so you'll see a lot of AP items on him. This is of course the new patch, all the new items are in. And this is a game, this is not a ranked game, this is a normal game with my friends. And just trying to get the hang of all the items because, as I'm sure we all know, all the items, bit of a tricky thing. Now, I play the Nunu jungler a little bit different. I have utility masteries to get the extra gold. Now, it may seem a little bit odd, but you may notice I also have Hunter's Machete, standard for junglers, but also a rejuvenation bead, so I get extra health regen. I don't take the health pots. Because Nunu has a consume, you don't need the health pots quite so much. I mean, if you get counter jungled early, you're going to have a problem. But, frankly, bottom lane is already doing well. But let's have a quick look at what we've got here. So, we've got a top lane which actually has two people. And you know what, I'm going to hide them again. Because otherwise it just gives us too much information. And we can't inspect what we should know, what we don't know, if we have all the information. Because as always, League Inspections is about learning from our mistakes. So, Nunu just wanders around, and I've been thinking maybe I take too long before getting into a gank situation. But, we're going to start the first gank here into Diana. So I just wait patiently. Now Nunu has pretty good ganks. He's got his Blood Boil, which speeds up someone else, and he's got his Slow. But, that was way too aggressive. I wasted a flash. And now Gangplank is just going to do some real damage to Gangplank is going to do damage to Jace. But we're going to go in for the tower dive. And this tower dive is going to end badly. So that was a bit of a failed gank on my part. And by a bit of a failed gank, I mean quite a failed gank. Burnt a flash for nothing really in particular. Also put, I was about to say put Jace in a bad position, but clearly Jace can Jace is a badass warrior who don't need no Yeti Rider. So we go for another gank. But bottom lane is pushed, so I see maybe if I can get around behind them. But no. But I do notice Zyra sneaking around, so I see what I can do about her. Answer? Not a lot really. But I can counter jungle wolves. Nunu has good counter jungling because his consume does a lot of damage. Anyway, going back to items. So because I had that rejuvenation bead at the start of the game, just watching the fight, seeing if I did anything wrong. Nope, just sort of go in, push the lane a little bit and leave again. Oh, and we've got another Nunu. So now is the best time to back off. We're trying to do a sneak attack. That's cool. But that's not good, doing anything. So we give up the sneak attack and we continue fighting. But Nunu's gone missing again. Nope. Nunu's there. That's fine. And really, I shouldn't be blood boiling needly. Blood boil against an AP is not really going to do much. So blood boil should always be on Varus. The blood boils lasts for 15 seconds, and the cooldown is 14.1 seconds. So at worst, the blood boil should be off Varus for like 2 seconds. At worst. At best, it'll never go off. And it was off for a while, just as he was starting his attack. Could Cogmore have been killed if that was ready? I think yes. Oh, and Ignite's going to kill me. Yep, Ignite gets it. That's fine. But the blood boil is something you've really got to watch on Nunu. That's the strategy for Nunu. Blood boil on your AD carry at all times. Now, items wise, since I'm still there. So the reason I bought the rejuvenation bead at the start is that way you can early Philosopher's Stone and just get extra gold. So that way you can gank a little bit more, not worry so much about missing out on your wolves and wraiths and other beasties that live in the jungle. And I'm just going to hold lane for a while. And so always remember to also take wards. Wards, very good. They will save lives as long as you ward safely. Because a ward on your Gangplank is just sitting in there just having a good time. I hope really having a good time, he's just watching, getting bored. But right now, I like to think I'm ahead of the other Nunu. I mean, I've got an assist, I've got more CS, I've got more gold, I've got more items. Things are looking up for this game. And we just continue helping. And we're just trying to like make them think that I left and didn't actually leave. Feeling that's not working, I go for their, you know, their jungle. And let's go back, I just ran straight past that. So I was happy with that flash was good. But this ult, I thought they were going to chase into that and they didn't. So Nunu's ult is, how long is it? 141 seconds at this level. You can't afford to waste that ult. But as we say in League Inspections, another lesson learned. And also, as I sometimes say in League Inspections, if every lesson you learn is a new one, then, you know, it's fine. See, that Nunu, look, that Nunu knew what was going on. I don't know what I'm doing there. Okay, see, Nunu, there he is, ran into him, Flash is already down, bad situation. Probably should have known that Gangplank was up there, probably should have watched the map, but it was just too kill crazy. I just wanted to get that Zyra so much. But again, that's another thing you've got to learn. Just aggression is good. Nothing is wrong with aggression. Don't ever let someone say that aggression is bad. Well, unless in real life. But aggression has to be with a purpose. It has to be clear. It has to be precise. If your aggression is mistargeted, people are going to die. Whether you be AD carry, support, jungler, doesn't matter. People will die if you stuff up the aggression. And Cogmore. He's a sneaky lion, that one. He's not even a lion, that's why he's sneaky. Alright, and Blood Boil myself, just to protect mid. So where are we going with items? So I'm going to build a tank. I'm looking for Frozen Heart. Because Nunu tends to get into combat quite close, Frozen Heart I think is a good item. It gives him the armor he needs to survive the fights. The problem is with this item, I've just realized looking at their builds. Let's count the number of items that actually add attack damage. No. I've misbuilt. I've entirely misbuilt the situation. Now, Frozen Heart is good because they've got one person that does attack speed. And he's probably more going for the crit than the attack speed. And Gangplank is being sneaky. Good jukes, Gangplank. I liked that. Those were good jukes. But the situation has been built for entirely wrong. I mean, yeah. Oh, okay. That's right. Vampiric Scepter actually has AD against it now. So Cogmore is building AD. But I'm building wrong. The main danger at the moment is AP. So what should I build instead? I'm not actually sure. I mean, Abyssal Scepter. Abyssal Scepter would be amazing right now. But I don't have it. And I just leave Lex to die. Sorry, Ziggs, my buddy. I'm gonna let you get killed. So Abyssal Scepter would have been a much better buy. But of course, didn't buy it. But unstoppable. It's good to notice these things. Always remember to observe what your enemy team is building. Dominating. I mean, I'm saying really obvious things here. I know I am. But there are things I think that still need to be said, because if you're saying them, it's just further enforcing them into your brain. As I said, this video series is also for me to learn things rather than everyone. Well, we just had a bit of Death Train going there. Actually, I want to go back and see what just happened there. Okay, cool. So, a little bit of a team fight. AD carry goes down first. That's what should be happening. No, he's not going down first. But, you know, Gangplank is wanting him. That's probably going to get him. Yeah. So AD carry does go down first. And Ziggs, my little buddy, He can't get away from that. And so Nunu just abandons everyone. And I don't notice that Jace is up there already fighting. So if I was there, could Jace have done better? Couldn't have done worse, I suppose. I mean, my ult was ready, so that would have been a lot of extra damage. So I ran too far. I needed to be aware, but as I said, this is our team game. Our team is not the best, I will be honest. We don't communicate well. We're just having fun. And hey, this isn't ranked, so you can have fun. It's fine. And we do have fun. And fun is the main part of League of Legends. Because if you're raging, you're having a lot less fun, I've found. And if you're having a lot less fun, you tend to make bad calls, or worse calls, rather. So being calm is also a good thing. Right now, we're ahead of them in gold, behind them in kills, because we've got more towers. So overall, you know, we're winning this. Was that a good use of ult? It takes 140 seconds for that thing to come back, and it just blew it on some minions. No. No, that was a terrible ult. Did I just flash into that? Okay, I just flashed into that fight. Not really going to get much. But the real trick, especially with Nunu, is hang out with your AD carry. Yeah, as AP you can do some real damage, that's fine. But your AD carry is going to be the one who puts through the bulk of your damage, because you give him a Phantom Dancer whenever you're around. And a Phantom Dancer, any AD carry who has built damage, would always love to have that. I mean, he's got a BF sword, he's going for Infinity Edge by the looks of it. He's got that Hurricane thing, what's it? Runan's Hurricane? Yeah, it's a Hurricane, it's cool. So, if you can give him a lot extra damage, your AD carry, and I say him just because I say him for everyone, you know, I'm not being gender specific, but yeah, I say that like I'm being careful with that because yeah, words. And that went badly. That went very badly, in fact. And so now they push mid with everyone dead. So let's actually go back to that because I was not paying attention at all. Yeah, it's a bit of a death train situation, I think. Just we're trying to run, we're not succeeding. Look at that mass AoE. That mass AoE is dangerous and just... So this is where our team began to realize we had a problem. That sort of AoE from Zyra's ult, Nunu's ult, Gangplank's ult, Diana pulls us in, Cogmore can hit us with Reckless Abandon when all that happens. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if these guys were actually a team as well, because that is a really focused team. That's a team that gets shit done. That team doesn't need no summoners doing no thing they don't want, or whatever. One thing Nunu's not very good at, clearing lanes. He's not the best at that. But he likes to try. He just punches minions sometimes. So, if you're playing Nunu, I don't think you can solo lane. That's not really a lesson we're covering today, but Nunu, not a solo laner. There needs to be like a phrase with Nunu, like if the red's not on his hands, the red is in the stands. Actually, that kind of is a good one. So you always want Nunu's hands to be red, with the blood of his enemies. If Nunu's hands aren't red, then you're not blood boiling someone, and that's just terrible. Okay, now I'm going to help Nidalee, but I can't. So I'm counter jungling. So I don't know where any of their team is. I'm miles away from anyone and I've decided to counter jungle. Was I safe this time? Yeah, I did alright. Should I have done that right then? No. No, that was really risky actually. That was dangerous. But, again, you know... Now see, this is a much better ult. I'm much happier with that one. I withdraw a little bit too much though. And I didn't blood boil AD carry. There we go, blood boiled now, but the fight's already over. A strong AD carry is fun to watch, admittedly. Okay, so now we've just built the Frozen Heart.
Blue team's inhibitor has been
So
destroyed.
get the reduced cooldown reduction, so that takes my ult down to 76 seconds, much better. Also, I've got Spirit of the Spectral Wraith. I don't know how I feel about this item yet. I think it has stats that a lot of people would really want. I mean, the Spell Vamp, the cooldown reduction, the ability power, and the mana regen. I mean, they're all good stats. But is it worth the gold? I don't know. This is definitely something I'd have to look into. So that will be looked into in the future. But until then, we continue. Now, the enemy team is now ahead of us by 10 kills, but only 2,000 gold. They're catching up in towers, they've got our inhibitor. We're kind of in a bit of a problem now. And we realise the only way we're going to do this is if we sort of split them up, or split ourselves up actually. Because that, let's have a look at that again. What? Nunu, how are you already dead? Or are you not dead yet? Oh, here he comes. See, Nunu right now, he's going to use his ult because he's got 3 people around him. That's a lot of damage before we can interrupt it. And then Zyra comes in and just cleans up. There's just too much damage. So, how could we as a team have done better? I mean, I know League Inspections is more about me as the individual learning how to fix your own mistakes, because after all, you are the player who is in every one of your games. But this is it, this is a team game, these are guys that I play with a lot, and how could we have done better? Well, one thing we should have realized a lot sooner is how amazing Bowman Varus. I was making bow action while saying Bowman, just so that would help. We needed to realize how amazing Varus was sooner. And I, as Nunu, should be sticking with Varus. I mean, Varus does a lot of damage, and I think we're about to see a good indication of this situation. But Varus does a lot of damage, and if he's blood boiled constantly, he's going to do a lot better. And he should be blood boiled constantly. Because a red in the hand is not... There's no red in the hand, it's not worth anything in the stands. So we're avoiding those AoE ults. They're coming in. And I'm down. But it's okay because Varus was blood boiled and got the quadra kill. The only one left is Cogmore down bot, who was fighting against little Ziggs.
Blue team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
But we lost our inhibitor again. And we've lost another tower in the meantime. So, things are looking really bad now. I don't need to say that again. But, again, if we can stick around Varus as Nunu, we're going to do a lot better. And okay, warding Baron, that's maybe an acceptable reason to leave Varus aside. But never any other time. Nunu needs to have a intimate relationship with his AD carry. He needs to think that if the Yeti ever dies, he can ride around on the AD carry's back. And they can just tell camp stories and be the best of friends. Because without the AD carry, Nunu is severely weakened. And if the AD carry is severe, then I don't know what happens. been severely severe, I suppose. But I mean, yeah, Varus is just throwing out, as the kids say, the deeps. I mean, yeah, he's just... I mean, don't get me wrong, if Varus is not around, like Varus has already died, throwing out a Blood Boil to... I've got to learn these champions' names better. Jace. Oh, that's bad. Throwing out the Blood Boil to Jace is not the worst thing ever, but you've got to just keep the Blood Boil going. That's imperative. It's the most important thing. I mean, yes, the slows, everything else is important. The slows, the ult, important. Yes, love them. But making your AD carry just wipe the floor with them is super important. And right now, this is a fight that we don't really want to be in. We don't really have a lot of pushing potential either, I don't think, this team. We can't just clear waves super quickly. And so we've lost all our inhibitors. The game is looking like it's coming to a close. We're just taking too much damage, super minions coming everywhere. Oh yes, this is exactly what you never want to see. But it's what happens. And so they go for the final push. Well, the final push? Well, if all their ults connect, then yes, final push. So, Nunu is down, Jace is down. Varus is still doing well. I mean, the life drain helps. But a Nunu being alive would definitely help Varus a lot more. Let's just focus on Varus. So let's just watch Varus do fairly well. I mean, Varus can kill a lot of things, but the problem is with this number of super minions at the base, there's not a lot you can do from here, even with the Runan's Hurricane. There's not a lot you can do. So, what was the main thing we learned in today's League inspections? I'd say the main thing is Blood Boil. Blood Boil. I've said it like 1,000 times, but it's the most important thing for Nunu. Also, if you're gonna stick with the AD carry, armor is good, but probably needed to deal with AP a little bit better. Tenacity would have been very important. I got Tenacity. Well, that's good. I'm happy with that at least. But yeah, I'm still dealing with these new items. The new items do take a little bit to get used to, as I'm sure you're all finding. But join me next time when we do another inspection. Until then, examine your replays, learn what you've done, and I'll see you next time. Bye.